It is a wonderful day on Welcome to Our Community as I get a chance to introduce you to a very special lady, Victoria Baylor, who is a sought-after leadership recovery coach, an organizational development consultant, and a TEDx speaker. You've been all around the country speaking. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Dawn. It is a treat to be here today to talk to you.
And you talk about something called the identity trap. Explain that.
Oh, the identity trap. Well, I did my first TEDx talk. It's called You Are Who You Are Not What You Do. And that was based on my own challenges with identity. I find that many people, and I coach so many leaders on this, we tend to make our roles our identity.
Exactly.
So we ask someone, who are you? The natural, response is what
they
do.
Exactly.
But the who is not the what. And in time, sometimes you can lose yourself so much to the what you're doing that when you ask people down to the fiber of their being, if they really know who they are, just simple questions, they discover like, I don't know, because it's all work. So that's one of those identities, or that's one of the challenges you want to kind of peel back the layer, because that can contribute to burnout. Because in my mind, I know years ago, and I've again worked with many leaders, we think we're supposed to be doing all the things.
Exactly.
In life, and I think sometimes societal norms and messages send us that. It's like, why can't you? You should be doing this. You'd be mother, wife, have a job, do a business, this, that. And we don't understand seasons happen in life where it's okay if you can't bake the brownies for PTA. No one's gonna die. It's gonna be all right. We have to self-preserve. It's almost like what they say about the oxygen mask. It's so very true. Half the time we're over there trying to help other people, and we're over there no oxygen ourselves.
Exactly.
So we really have to do that, and understanding that identity trap, and taking time to ask yourself, who am I really? What is it that I really want? And then just taking time to go through that self-discovery. I love to hold space. To me, that's one of the most sacred things I get to do with leaders, is kind of hold that space, because you live 40, 50 years, you have a lot of ideas out there.
Exactly, exactly.
And you have to kind of get some clarity around what is it now that's needed. But once you can peel back that layer, it will take a lot of that burnout pressure off of it, because a lot of it is psychological and it's subconscious. These thoughts that we're not consciously aware that we're having, that's just driving our actions to burnout.
How can we be more in tune with what's going on?
Well, in ourselves and externally, I think both. And that's where it's tricky. And I just want to speak just peace to someone, because I think sometimes when we ask ourselves to do something, we end up inadvertently putting more pressure on ourselves. So I want to tell people it's okay. The biggest thing is awareness is where it starts. Just even with this conversation, if you feel a ping and kind of that little pressure point, that nudge that says, hey girl, hey guy, you haven't been really taking care of yourself, or you have been burnt out, we're going to honor that. That's a milestone. Yay, you made it. We are celebrating that. And then now the question is, what do you do about it, right? And oftentimes it can be a lot to take on oneself, right? To me, I call it like the tangled ball of yarn. You ever tried taking one of those apart with multiple yarn?
Yes.
That's a lot, right? So sometimes getting with someone that can see beyond your blind spots. Having someone like me, or a therapist, or a mentor, someone that can really coach you through where you're at and make you feel comfortable at the same time as you unpack. Because our biggest thing is we're so under pressure. And I always like to use the example, especially when I'm talking to people. If this is me and I am at high capacity with water, what are you putting into this if it's already full? Nothing. You gotta let it pour off. So for a lot of leaders, which is why I love coaching leaders, a lot of times it's just getting it out. Most people know what they need to do.
Exactly.
They just don't have anywhere to put all the pressure that they feel that they are driven to have to adhere to. And then when they don't adhere to it, then there's shame that comes. And then they feel ashamed that, well, I should be like Dawn Baker and be able to do this, right? And they don't realize Dawn Baker's just as human as anybody else. Victoria Baylor's just as human as anybody else.
And they really don't know that sometimes, they see the end result, but we're all struggling at some point.
Listen, yes, and we want to normalize that, because I think we forget we are human beings, not human doings. That's why I love taking a holistic approach to people. I feel like no one loses their brilliance by exploring their challenges. You are a diamond. You are 100% brilliant. That's not going to go anywhere. If anything, we're going to clean that diamond. I always like to say, I feel like I polish diamonds all day. We're going to clean it up and let it fully sparkle instead of letting it feel like you're sitting in mud of just your day-to-day humdrum pressures.